In the name of the Almighty, the Lord of all mankind, Assalamu alaikum, ni hao to the Chinese friends, and good afternoon. Your Excellency, the Governor, my good friend, Chaudhry Sarwar Sahab. Chaudhry Sarwar Sahab has a unique record which is probably in the Guinness Book of World Records. He is the only person in the world who was a member of parliament from Asia and also from Europe separately at different time spans. He was the first Muslim member of the House of Commons. And I've known him as a friend and colleague for the last 20 years and also visited his halqa in Glasgow. And as a colleague, I've known him as a Dabang governor who does not speak the Sarkari Sach, but he speaks the Kalma-e-Haq, mashallah. And I would also like to warmly welcome Mr. Long Dingbing, the Consul General. And then there's the Honorary Consul General of Russia, sitting on the extreme left, Habib Ahmed. I call him the Red Baron, Surkha businessman, because he's always been on the left, despite being a millionaire. And then also Sardar Tanveer Ilyas Sahab, Chairman Board of Investment. Mr. Arif Azami, my old friend, President of the Council of Pakistan Newspaper Editors. And then I also have some old friends from Lahore who are sitting here. Dr. Rashid Amjad is a very dear friend. He and I were together in the Punjab University. Then we got thrown out together. He went to Geneva and I went into journalism. But we are back in Lahore now. It's a pleasure. And also I'd like to recognize Fakir Sayyid Ijazuddin Sahab, one of the very distinguished from the Fakir Khana family. Parvez Losar Sahab is here as the president of the Pakistan EU Friendship Federation, and Dr. Shazra Mansab Ali Sahiba from representing the Sikh community of Nankana Sahib. Thank you for so much. It's a great pleasure and privilege to be here. Arfa, thank you very much. You're here. And Sayyid Jawar Ali Sahab, of course, whose father, Sayyid Abdul Ali, was a very distinguished diplomat and a former finance and foreign minister. It's a great pleasure to be here on this occasion, and I would like to first congratulate China on the 70th anniversary of the founding of the People's Republic of China, because 2019 is that year. We are also here to celebrate CPEC, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, which is the pillar of the Belt and Road Initiative of President Xi Jinping. And that initiative of the Belt and Road is probably the most important diplomatic and developmental initiative of the 21st century, involving 117 countries of Asia, Middle East, Africa, Latin America, Europe, driven by economy, energy, roads, railways, ports, pipelines. And it's all about connectivity, commerce, and even cultural connections through corridors. And the Belt and Road Initiative makes the CPEC as the pivotal corridor, which is a success story. In 5 years, 22 projects were launched of early harvest projects. 13 have been completed or nearing completion. 75,000 Pakistanis have got jobs. There's an investment of $20 billion. And also, there are 28,000 Pakistani students now studying in China on scholarships. And another 20,000 Pakistani students, boys and girls, will go to China in the next 3 years. So this has been very, very important for Pakistan and for the people of Pakistan, because CPEC came at a time when no country in the world, neither the Western countries nor our Muslim brothers, were willing to invest in Pakistan. But thanks to China, its leadership under President Xi Jinping, they gave a vote of confidence in Pakistan, its people, and its future. And ladies and gentlemen, and Governor Sahab, we are having this event at a time when the world is being transformed. The balance of economic and political power is shifting from the West to the East. I was reading 2 days ago the latest Forbes 500 magazine. Out of the 500 top companies of the world, for the first time, China is number 1 with 129 companies. America is second with 121 companies in the Forbes 500. And the top 10 banks of the world, the top 4 are from China, 2 are from America, 1 Britain, and 2 French and 1 Japanese. And 30% of global growth is being fueled by China. So there is a transformation taking place. And it reminds me of what Allama Iqbal had said, "Dekh मशरिक से उभरते हुए सूरज को देख. See the sun rising from the east. And when he had also mentioned, हिमालय के चश्मे उभरने लगे, गरा ख्वाब चीनी संभलने लगे, गया दौर सरमायादारी गया, तमाशा दिखा के मदारी गया. So Allama Iqbal had predicted the rise of China 85 years ago, that the great Chinese nation will rise from slumber and you will have springs of hope emanating from the Himalayas. So it is in that context, and now we also have CPEC, not just in one province, but all over Pakistan, strengthening the federation. And in Lahore, we have the Orange Train already running by Norinco. We have the Sahiwal power plant, 1,320 megawatts. We also have the M5 Multan Sakhar motorway. So this is all about connectivity. We are also very grateful, Mr. Long Dingmin, you are representing the Chinese government, for China's support to Pakistan. That's why we call it all weather, whether it's Kashmir, Pulwama, FATF, CPEC, all issues. And you can rest assured, Pakistan too stands by China on all the issues, whether it's Hong Kong, Xinjiang, South China Sea, or any other issues of Tibet, Taiwan, etc. So it is a relationship based on mutual trust, mutual confidence. It's a strategic partnership, or as President Xi Jinping says, we are iron brothers. I would finally like to say that the best of CPEC is yet to come. And that is going to be in 2020 and 2020 onwards. The relocation of Chinese industry, we already have in Faisalabad, the Allama Iqbal Industrial City earmarked. We also have other areas of agriculture, vocational technical training, culture and tourism also. 30 vocational training centers will be established. 50 new hospitals will be established. So there are major initiatives in the socio-economic sector. And China has given a grant of $1 billion for the social sector, which will take Pakistan's progress further. So we feel that Pakistan-China relations are inclusive. It's all about strengthening relationships. And we also welcome other countries, whether in the region, whether in Europe, whether the United States of America, they are welcome to join, because this is about cooperation, this is about connectivity, and this is about building a better tomorrow for the people of our region. Thank you very much.